In our Sunrise Smart Start, in a public hearing, members of the committee investigating the attack on the Capitol made the claim that former President Trump intentionally deceived his followers, claiming that he'd won the election. Committee members say now they want the former president to answer their questions directly. Alexandra Limon joins us now live from D.C. with the latest. Alexandra, good morning to you. Our question for you this morning: what were some of the claims made by the committee on that final public hearing as it pertains to former President Donald Trump?
Good morning to you. Well, I think one of the biggest claims that was made here by the committee was that former President Donald Trump intentionally deceived his followers and Americans in general, and also that he started planning in advance, before the election even happened, before the results came in, to deny the election results if he lost. And we heard the former president make claims before the election was over, attacking the voting by mail process and absentee voting. And they say all of that adds up to what these lawmakers call the big lie, that Trump claims he actually won the election, when not only did the election results show otherwise, but dozens of courts around the country found there was no massive election fraud. And Trump's inner circle and top advisors, they say, all told Trump he had lost fairly. And the committee interviewed a lot of these inner circle members, had taped interviews and showed clips of these interviews, saying the former president, knew very well he had lost, but chose to continue lying. And so they say that all of that is what led these rioters, thousands of rioters, to attack the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
All right, Alexander, thank you so much for joining us this morning. A final report on the findings of the committee is expected sometime after the midterm elections. In breaking news this morning, we're learning of a house fire on East Main Street in Rochester, and that's where we find Alex Love live from this morning with the latest. Alex, good morning. What can you tell us?
Mel, the scene is still very active. Between Woodstock and Winton Road, East Main Street is still blocked off as firefighters try to piece together how this happened. We did receive an update from RFD's communication team moments ago, and I'm going to step out of the side as you can get a look at the scene. We did learn that on the first floor there was a man trapped inside the house, and he was up when the fire started, but he was able to make a call for help. He then went to the back side of the home where he was able to bust out a window and was trying to climb out of it, and among the first firefighters on scene, they were able to help him get out and get to safety. He did, however, suffer from smoke inhalation and had to go to a local hospital, but he does appear to be okay and is recovering, according to RFD. As you can see, they're going through the entire first floor, and they're pulling out anything that's flammable and could get hot again, therefore catching fire, because they want to make sure nothing can start up any new fire. So they've been hosing it down. They're going through the entire first floor. So much stuff is being pulled out of there, from furniture to clothing, anything you can think of that could be flammable. They're making sure they get it out of the house so they can hose it down and make sure this does not start up again. But so far, the scene has remained under control and no one else was hurt. We'll keep you updated, of course, as more details come about on air and online. Live in Rochester, Alex Love, News 8.
All right, Alex, thank you for that live report. When we do get any more details, we will have those over on our website, rochesterfirst.com. A Rochester family home has some serious damage after a car ran into it last night. Thankfully, police tell us those inside that home and the driver of the car, a woman in her 30s, was uninjured. We're told this happened just after 11 on Del Monte Street in Rochester. As you can see, the front of the porch of the house has some significant damage, that area taking the brunt of the impact, and police are still investigating a cause. In other national news this morning, at least 5 people are dead, including an off-duty police officer after a shooting in Raleigh, North Carolina. Police say the shooter opened fire along a walking trail yesterday around 5 p.m. and then escaped officers for several hours before finally being taken into custody. Police described the suspect as an underage male. One person remains in the hospital in critical condition. A canine officer was also shot and sent to the hospital, but has since been released and is expected to recover.